Hey, you hungry? You like fish? Not me. Regular fish. I know you. All right, never mind. Look, I just caught two fish. I caught two rainbow trout. I caught two of them. I mean, I didn't really catch them. I mean, I have them, but like I didn't really catch. I went to the grocery store and I got two rainbow trouts, and I want to make them. So I'm bringing you with me. You want to go? All right, come on. Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know who this is? This is Robert Rainbow Philanthropist Trout. That's who it is. And today, we're going to cook them. Just picked them up from Publix supermarket. Decent looking fish, kind of small. So I probably will not fillet him. They did gut him out for me. And I washed him off a little bit. But I think I'm going to put him under the broiler. Not just bake him, but broil him. I know the head bothers some people. As a make-believe, pretend wannabe chef, I think this makes me, I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm doing something in a different country or something. Because typically in the U.S., the first thing we do is cut that bad boy off. Now, I have made fish before, not necessarily a rainbow trout, and I served it with the head on, served it to myself, and I wasn't really a big fan. So we definitely going to be decapitating this guy here before it's all said and done. All right, so the first thing that I need to do is I need to figure out what I want to put inside the trout. I want to stuff it with something. And what comes to my mind, of course, is lemon, some dill, we've got some rosemary, we've got some garlic, olive oil, salt, pepper, crushed pepper. We're going to do that too. I also have some parsley, and very rarely do I make anything, any type of meat, poultry, what have you, without cilantro because I just love it. So that's what we're going to be doing. All right, so the first thing that I want to do, let's move this dish out the way here. The first thing that I want to do is I'm going to get my rosemary all prepared. Now, I could peel them all off, and you know what? I'm going to make a paste, some type of paste out of it. So what I do is you just take your fingers and you go the opposite way of the leaves and just go down real gentle, and they come right off. That way, let's get a little bit more. Rosemary, oh, I love the smell of rosemary. I love the taste of rosemary. I love the look of rosemary after it's roasted and so forth. You know what? Let me put my broiler on so I don't forget. Nope. Broil, high, start. All right, so that's preheat. All right, so we got the rosemary. We've got the dill. And I'm going to take a little bit of this stem off. So we've got that. What else do I want to put in there? You know what? Let's put some garlic in there. You just smash it. A couple nice sized cloves in here. There must be something in the weather because the garlic cloves aren't as big as they used to be. Everything's changing. You can't even get a good piece of garlic anymore. It's a crying shame. All right, you ready? First thing we're going to do, let me move this out of the way. I want to smash my garlic. Come on back here. Got to run away garlic, y'all. But I found him. Smashing. Smash. Now, why do I smash it? Well, for two reasons. Number one, it makes it easy to cut, and it also makes it easier to get the paper off. See that? See that? Ooh. Ah. Same thing here. Comes right off. There's lots of easy ways to peel garlic. Yeah, you can get the stuff in the jar. I know that, but those of you who have been following me for a while know that I tend to stay away from stuff that's in a jar or a can. The only thing I use regularly from a can is tomatoes, canned tomatoes. So let's go ahead and get this roughly chopped up here. And let's bring these guys to the party. And they don't have to be too, too small. I just want them small enough to fit inside that cavity of the fish. Oh, that smells good just by itself. Rosemary, garlic, and dill. Forget about it. You know what? For kicks and giggles, I like both. Let's just put a little bit of cilantro in there too. I mean, since we're gonna make it, let's make it great. I almost said a political joke there, and I almost took off my thumb. I can hear my mother say now, that's what you get for being smart, being disrespectful. All right, and then let's get this lemon. Normally I would zest the lemon, get the yellow part off of it, but I think this time I just want the juice. Let's put this in the bowl. This is when, if you had a mortar and pestle and you grind that up real good, I'm just going to squeeze some of this lemon juice in there, get it all up in there. So, but the juice of half a lemon, and I'm eyeballing this, folks. There's no real measurements. I like garlic, I like dill, I like rosemary, I like cilantro, I like parsley, I like lemon, I like onion, I like all of it. So no matter what I put in this bowl, I know I'm going to like it. Cook with what you like. Don't worry about measurements. You know if you like salt, you know if you like spicy. You know if you like it thicker, if you like it thinner, if you like it taller, if you like it... All right, well, you get it. All right. So then I'm going to take some olive oil. And I'm going to put quite a bit in there because I want to spread this. Actually, I probably didn't need that much because, well, that rainbow trout is kind of small. And I'm going to take a little salt. Y'all know I hate salt, right? But I'm going to put a little bit in there. We're going to put a little bit of pepper in there. I'm all out of my fresh cracked pepper. I'm going to put a little bit of this red pepper flakes in there. And because I can, I'm going into my secret stash. Now, I said this in my last video. Y'all don't have to do this. But when I'm sprinkling in here now, it's some ghost peppers. Yes, ghost peppers. That's not for the faint of heart, folks. You got to really, really like spicy to mess with ghost peppers. And I like really, really spicy. Now, I'm more of one of those cooks that kind of cooks by what I feel, how it looks, and so forth. But you know what I really would like to add to this, to try and take this to the next level? Now, it may work, it may not work, but we're going to learn today. I just happen to have, if I can find it, bear with me. Okay. Hey, y'all remember that commercial? Pardon me, would you happen to have any Grey Poupon? Well, we going in it. We going inside of this paste for a couple reasons. Number one, it's got great flavor. You get another spoon here. It's got great flavor, but it also will help form this paste. And I got, you know, maybe half a tablespoon in there. And we're going to close that back up. I love the taste of this stuff. It's good on the sandwich too. I make a lot of my thicker cuts of meat with this. Now see how that forms that little, it's kind of pasty now, right? Alright. Y'all still with me? Y'all still with me? Don't leave me now. Don't leave me now. Alright, that's that. We're going to get Robert the Rainbow Trout. And we're going to lay him down here. Now, my dilemma now is, do I take the head off now, or do I cook him with it on? And the answer is we're going to cook him with the head on, and then I'll remove it before we serve. Because this head is going to help to keep some of that stuffing from seeping out. Alright, so that's what we're going to do there. Let's do, you know what else I want to do? I'm gonna put some extra lemon in here because I like lemon. All right, so we're just gonna do. Hey, y'all make sure y'all have sharp knives, okay? If you don't have a sharp knife, get out the kitchen. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the fish. I'm gonna open him up like that there, just like that there. See, I'm in the South now, I can talk like that now. And you're gonna put a little bit of lemon in there, a little bit of lemon in there, a little bit of lemon in there, a little bit of lemon in there. All right, you with me? I'm not worrying about putting salt and pepper and seasonings on the inside because I put it in my little paste here. And trust me, this has no shortage of flavor. It's the brand new flavor in your ear. Get on up in there, Robert. Get on up in there. That's what I'm talking about right there. Come on, stuffing good. Stuffing good. Get on back up in there. Robert, we're going to send you out right. We're going to send you out right, Rob. Oh, I forgot to do something. But I still may be able to get away with it. I forgot to score them. And scoring is really just putting little slashes on the top of the fish because it will also allow you to put some flavor down in there. This is also where that sharp knife comes in handy. You don't want to be don't saw your food now. Just cut him. That's it. Cut him good. Cut him deep. Now I got to cut you. All right. So now what I want to do here, I've got the inside stuffed, and hopefully I didn't smush too much out. But I want to take my fingers. Yo, those of y'all who hate cooking with your fingers, get out the kitchen. You ain't got no business in there. I'm just gonna smear them on there. Just like that there. Okay, just like that there. We're gonna get him all over there. I'm gonna put him in the pan. We're gonna put him under the broiler for 5, 7, 8 minutes until he's nice and crispy like that there. We're gonna take him out and we're gonna see how he come out. All right, y'all ready? Rainbow trout. Here we go. Foil for the first 3 minutes. I'm going to unwrap it so that the skin or so that the fish is then bare, and finish that still under the broiler, but I want to get some brownness to it. Remember I talked to you before about color is important. The more color you have on your food, usually the better it tastes. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to stick it in the oven under the broiler. The broiler is still coming up to temperature. As soon as I hear that beep, we're going in. We're going to wrap it. 3 minutes. Unwrap it. And then we're going to go another 3 minutes. All right. Now we just seal it up. And I'm going to sit this in a pan because I don't want that to spill. Robert in there. He in there. Robert is in there and he's marinating right now. Here comes some noise. Those of y'all who tell, yes, I'm a noisy cook. Noisy. All right. We're going to put him in there. And we're just putting him in this pan just in case some of those juices flow out. I should have added some butter with the olive oil, but this one is a test. So I got Robert's brother over here, Romero. He going in next. So depending on how this one come out, we'll do the other one either the same way or a little different. All right, stay with me. We're back. You know, I'm wondering if you guys got the same problem that I got. When you usually know what meat or poultry or what have you you're going to make. That's the easy part. The hard part is knowing what to pair with it. And so when I was walking around the grocery store, I was like, man, what am I going to have with this rainbow trout? And so I just put on some baby Dutch yellow potatoes. Never had these before either, but I saw them. And I was just like, oh, they so cute. And I was just like, yo, I'm going to boil you and then I'm going to smash you and then I'm going to sear you in a pan and I'm going to eat you with my rainbow trout. And I said it just like that in the middle of the produce aisle. And then next door to it in the refrigerated section of the produce aisle, I saw some rainbow baby carrots. And that's what we got here. So I want to pan roast these puppies. I only got a little bit in there because I'm just really just eating for myself. This is all an experiment and all for entertainment. This is what I do. If I don't have my camera in my hand, I got my pot in my hand and my pans in my hand. And this is what I do. So this has been preheating for a couple minutes. You know, my stove is so temperamental, but hey, it's the test kitchen. It's supposed to be. I'm just going to put a little bit of Earl up in there. And then I'm just going to take these carrots right here. And I did rinse them, so hopefully there's not too much water. Oh, my pot's not too hot. My pan's not too hot. That wasn't too bad. All right. to my potatoes, you just add a little bit of salt in here. Just a little bit. And I did not season the carrots at all, but I'm going to put a little bit of salt in there. But guess what? I want those puppies sweet. So before it's all said and done, I'm going to put some cinnamon and sugar on there and have those with my savory potatoes with my rainbow trout. Yep. Yo, believe it or not, I'm still waiting for my broiler to be preheated. It's like taking forever. So y'all get to watch me do other stuff. Let me move this out a little before it gets too hot. Alright, that's that. So we got rainbow carrots. Rainbow baby carrots. You know, y'all are watching me do a lot of things for the first time. I've never made these. I've never even seen these before. Typically, I like the ones that are a little longer, the full size baby carrots with the leaves still on it, with the stems still on it. And I can roast those, and they look really, really pretty on a plate. And that's how I roll. Y'all know me, I'm all about that pretty food. Let me turn this down a little bit because I don't want these to burn. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a little bit of butter in there in a little bit, not quite yet. Put a little bit of butter. Y'all know about butter? Butter? I like the butter. You put the butter? So I'll put that in there so that can start to caramelize and brown up a little bit. I want them kind of soft, not too soft, but not too hard either. I don't want them crunchy, but I don't want them mushy either. So I don't know how long it takes to pan, sear, roast baby carrots, but I'm thinking 10 minutes. I mean, they're tiny. Look at them. They're so cute. So we're going to do that. I already put the salt in there. Just put a little bit of pepper in there. Why? Because salt and pepper go together. That's all. Yo, I keep playing. I might not even make them sweet. I might do them like this. No, I ain't. I'm definitely going to do it. I'm definitely going to do it. What I can do, you know what? Let me go ahead and just put this butter in here. Let that slowly melt down. Turn that down like that now. My potatoes, I don't want them to get too soft either. Because I want a little texture on them, because I'm going to put them in the skillet. Well, first I'm going to smash them down, and I'm going to put them in the skillet just to put a little color on them. And I call them smashed potatoes. You get it? Because that's... Alright, never mind. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my pre-oven, my preheating for my broiler, but everything else is going to be done before that. But it's okay, because my fish only takes a couple minutes. Alright, we'll be back in a minute. You know what? I just had a thought about this. I'm not going to put sugar in there. What I'm going to do is put cinnamon and honey in there. I'm going to turn the fire off. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to take this. I already got some butter in there. I'm going to take a little bit of cinnamon in there. I love some cinnamon. Just put some cinnamon in there, right? Now, I turned the stove off. So right now, this is just cooking with the residual heat. And then I'm going to take some Busy Bee honey. Those of you shout out to East Windsor for the Busy Bee. I never went there, but this reminds me of that. Anyway, I'm going to put a little bit of honey in there. Make them nice and sweet. We're going to do that like that now. Just like that there. We're going to mix it around just a little bit so everything is nice and coated. And y'all just sit right there. Don't go nowhere. Y'all just sit right there. I might throw you into the broiler. Keep playing. Keep playing. If the broiler... I've never used the broiler on this stove before, folks. So it's quite a possibility that maybe the broiler don't broil. Let's see what happens. Alright, I'm going to tidy up a little bit and then we'll be back. Okay, so apparently I got to get my broiler serviced because either it takes too long to work or it doesn't work at all. So what I did is I just turned my oven up to about 525. Yes, I said 525. I put my fish in there for about 6 minutes, and it's not done yet, but just began to cook. Got a little bit of steam coming out of there. Look at that. Oh man, that smells delicious. That smells delicioso. All right, so we've got that, and then I think what I want to do, you know what? Let's just add a little bit of parsley on there. And again, at this point, this is just about making it pretty when it comes out of the oven. That's all I'm doing at this point. All right, so I'm going to stick this back in the oven for about another, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 minutes. If my stove cooperates, my oven cooperates, and then we'll be ready to eat. I turned my potatoes off, so I just need to smash those, toss them in parsley and butter. And if my broiler was working, I would have thrown my baby carrots under there so they get a little caramelized too. But I'm not going to do that. So now we're just going to put Robert the rainbow trout in the oven again for about another 6, 7 minutes, and then we'll be ready to rock out. All right, here we go. Okay, I just drained the hot boiling water off of the baby, what do they call these? The baby Dutch yellow potatoes, and I put them on the cutting board. They're still quite a bit hot, so hopefully I don't burn myself, but I want to smash these down so that they're flat. I'm just going to take my knife and I'm just going to press down on them a little bit, just like that. Just slightly. They're soft, but they're not all the way soft. And then we're going to put these in the pan. Get on over there. Get on over there. Just like that, right there. Oh, you just going to be ugly, right? Well, guess what? You're going to be eating first. How about that? Alright. And a little baby one. Okay, so that's that, and we're gonna actually, can I swing this camera around? Alright, those of y'all who get dizzy real quick, close your eyes for about 5 seconds. Ready? Go. Okay, you can open them. Alright, so got a preheated skillet here. What am I gonna put in there if I got potatoes? I'm gonna put in the oil, olive oil. I don't want to fry these, but I don't want them to stick either. And we're just going to take these and we're just going to lay them down in there. Get a little bit of color on there. This is all about color. I mean, I could have let these sit for another 3 minutes in the water and they would have been done that way. But remember I told you before, color means flavor, right? Definitely gonna need some salt and pepper. I should put some more of my chili, my ghost pepper flakes on there. But I ain't crazy. Well, I guess I am, but I mean, I ain't gonna be able to do it. So give that a second. We'll flip them over. It should be a little brown. Get the other side brown. And we'll be ready to rock out. Fish is almost done. Carrots are done. I pulled those off already. Let's see what happens here. It could be a little browner for me. Nothing sticking. We're good. Okay. Like I said, I'm just going to brown these. I'll flip them over, brown the other side. Then I'm gonna plate. I'll show you guys the finished results. All right, thanks for hanging out with me. Oh wait, no, I gotta show you the reveal of the fish, don't I? That's right, that's right. I guess I could do that as I plate it. Yeah, all right, I'll check with y'all in a minute. All right, deuces. Okay, I just flipped my potatoes over. Do one last thing. Gonna add just a little butter in here. Ah, made a mess. I'm gonna turn the fire off. Just because I want the potatoes buttery. And this is actually homemade butter. Let's see, just the, you know what? That's the homemade honey butter. Didn't mean to do that. Wrong one. And we'll put my little parsley in there. Why? Because color is flavor. That's that. Fire's off. That's ready to rock. And we're going to take our fish out. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, folks. Robert, the rainbow trout is done. Has been plated. Has been paired alongside of some baby multicolored carrots and some baby golden yellow baby tiny itty bitty cutesy tomatoes, potatoes, not tomatoes. Now, after cooking this, and I did have to cook this, the rainbow trout a little longer than I wanted to, because my broiler for some reason was not cooperating. So I ended up cooking it about 7 minutes sealed in the aluminum foil pack, and about 7 to 8 minutes uncovered. And it still didn't get as brown as I want, but I tasted it, and I taste the dill, I taste the cilantro, I taste the lemon, I taste the, ooh, did I taste that ghost pepper? Yes, indeedy, deedy, yes. Bon appetit, y'all. See y'all next time. Deuces. You know what? All the cooking shows, they be tasting the food for y'all. Let me taste it for you. I ain't gonna let you watch me eat, but let me taste the carrot first. That's good. That's really good. That's really good. Let's taste the potatoes, the pots. A little bit of butter. Oregano, salt, pepper. Oh, that's good. That's better than the carrots. The potatoes are better than the carrots. But what about our friend right here? I'm gonna do it on that side. I'm gonna go over here on the meaty side so y'all can see it. See if it flakes out. Oh, one thing I did notice while taking the head and the tail off, a lot of bones in here. So, ooh, look at that. I just barely touched it, Ma. I didn't break it. All right, let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. That color, nice and flaky. Survey said, ooh, there's a bone. Wish the broiler works, but it's still good. And don't tell anybody I said this, but I need to add some salt. All right, I'm out for real this time.